I'm joined in studio by my colleague from SABC News Research, Velemseni Mthiyane. He has been doing a little bit of homework about the implications of what this electricity hike come April will mean, 12.7%. Veli, what does it all mean?
Oh, well, a good day to you, Nompu. The consumers are going to have it hard on the new financial year when the new tariff hikes are kicking in. And if we look into the next graphic that is going to be on the screen, it does tell us that Eskom had asked for a whopping 36% in terms of increase for this financial year 2025-2026. Now, that's but NESA did not grant them that. They gave them about 12.7%. But if cumulatively, if you look at what Eskom had asked for, it's above 50% in the next 3 years, because you can see the request of 2026, 2027, and you can also see 2027, 2028, which was about 9.1%. Altogether, we are raising above 50%. But NERSA just intervened because there was a lot of lobbying when there was a consultations, and then that's where they ended up at 12.7% for this current financial for the financial year of 2025-2026. And then if you look at which begins, by the way, on the 1st of April, but if you look at the 2026-2027, they are granted 5.36%, and in 2027-2028 they are granted 6.19%. So if you look at this number, particularly at 12.7%, it's still significant, as the next graph is going to show us that it's quite significant. It takes away a lot of money from the consumer's pocket. I'll make an average here. In South Africa, an average household consumes about 350 kilowatt hour per month. So at an average cost of about R2.40, and per month on average, we're looking at around about 840. That's just on average. So now with these new tariffs increases, they will add about 104 rands to get the same quantity of kilowatt hours. And then if you look at that, it means from spending 840, they will be now going to about 944. That's per month. That's a whopping, how many loaves of bread that is? It's about 6-7 loaves of bread. Now, I made an example with my household where I spend on average per month. I live in the city of Johannesburg, and I purchase about 500 kilowatts hour per month, and my average cost in my own apartment is about R3.16. So it tells us that per month I'm paying something like 1,580 for about 500 kilowatt hours of the electricity that I consume in my household. And it means that if I calculate, I factor in that 12.7% increase, I'm going to be paying about 10 or 20 loaves of bread more if I pay 266 cents. Now, per month, it means that I'm moving to about 1,780. Now, imagine that that's a whopping 200 rands per month. And then in the next course of 3 years, if we look into that previous graphs, it means on average, cumulatively, it's about 24%, because it's this 12.7% as well as 5.3%. So in the next 3 years, we're looking at around about an increase, just at a minimum level, of about 24%. It means what I've been paying, which is about 1,580, currently, it means I will add a quarter of that in the next 3 years. And considering that the inflation is averaging about 4.5 to 5%, but looking at the price increase of electricity, it's huge. Not to mention what Eskom had asked for, which was ridiculous if you look in terms of what consumers can afford in this country.
Veli, I wanted to ask you, do your calculations include, for example, what's going to happen when we move to the municipality? Because the Eskom hikes, they kick in April, the municipality hikes kick in July, and the municipality always adds that extra margin, you know, to be able to make money. So it's actually more that you pay if you're paying the municipality.
We're working with the minimum here.
Okay, you're working with the minimum. And in Gauteng, well, in Johannesburg, the city of Johannesburg, we have that additional 200 rand that we have to pay. That doesn't include that either, right? It doesn't include that. And it's not just a 200 rand, it comes with a 30%, 30 rands extra. So it's 230 because it includes VAT. The 200 is without the VAT, but with VAT it goes to 230. That's not including the other charges that the municipalities, they charge on their own, because it's also a revenue generation for them to sell electricity to the consumers in the areas where they govern. So this is just looking at the bare minimum. It's going to be hard going forward for the consumers, but it's what it is. It is what it is. Thank you so much, my colleague there, Velemseni Mthiyane. He's a news research specialist here at SABC.